continue conversations this morning. As you know, it is International Women's Week, and the theme for this year is Inspire Inclusion as we invest in women. And we have none other than Miss Kathlyn Sterling. She's the Acting Inspector of TTPS, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And we're going to get our usual crime updates, our weekly crime update from the TTPS. And we're also going to speak a little bit about, of course, International Women's Day and the things surrounding that where they are concerned. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning, Adanna, and good morning to our listening viewers.
Right. So I know it's International Women's Day, but before we get into that, we just want to get our usual crime update. What has been happening around Tobago for the past week? I know we had a report of a fatal shooting and other incidents happening in Tobago. Can we get some updates on that?
So as we know, we had a report of a murder this week in the eastern island of the division. The police investigators, we are investigating that crime, pursuing all leads, and we are asking members of the public, if you know something, if you hear something, you can communicate with the police anonymously. You could call 800 tips and let us know. We cannot do it alone. We need the help of the whole of Tobago, who are our stakeholders. Added to that, we have a report of a shooting yesterday, missing person into a shooting. We are still investigating that report. Other than that, we had a quiet week in relation to violent crimes and serious crimes in the Tobago district.
Okay, thank you for that. And I know you wanted to talk a little bit about, we still have the issue with we talking about school violence, because we still want to ensure that we share that information to all our stakeholders who are involved, our teaching stakeholders, our educators, our students, our parents, and all our community groups. What is your insight on that for us this morning?
Well, Adanna, as you see, we had an explosion of violence in our schools today, youth violence. So, there are reasons why we have these violence taking place, and there are ways that we could prevent these violence. So, we have causes could be mental issues. A lot of us are not looking at that area. Parents, we know our children, and we know if they have mental issues, we need to talk. We cannot do it alone. We could partner with the school, the mental health department, and everybody come together to deal with the issues. We have drugs. We see a lot of our children are involved in drugs, and parents need to talk to their children, let them know the consequences of drugs. A lot of bullying is taking place in schools. We need to have that intimate conversation with our children, with our teachers. We need to go to the school, find out, get involved in our children's life, know our teachers. We have to come together. It has to be a collaborative effort to stem the school violence that is taking place in our schools.
Yes, it really is a collaborative effort, a community effort. And, as you always say, if you see something and you know something, say something and provide some measure of support to not just the children, but the families as well, because there are some families who are, they have some sort of a trouble in the area, maybe in the home or whatever. So I endorse that, and I'm with you there, as we have to come together to make Tobago a safe space again. So we're talking about International Women's Day 2024 this year, and the theme is inclusion, inspire inclusion, especially in the workplace where we invest in women. You're in an industry that is predominantly, the top positions are held by men, and you're an inspector. Tell us a little bit about how was it for you in terms of charting your course through your career to get to where you are today?
Well, Adanna, first of all, we say we predominantly male environment, but we see our Commissioner of Police today as a female. Mm-hmm. So we see we are breaking the glass ceiling and we are getting to the top. So as an inspector, I started as a constable through the ranks. I worked hard. I was focused. And I had goals, right? And I pursued those goals by working hard. I'm saying it wasn't all easy at times, but you have to know your purpose and what you want. And as females, we see, especially in the Tobago division, we are leading the way, because I can tell you the top 5 inspector position in Tobago are run by female officers. So we have a female officer at Roxborough, the inspector in charge, CID, a female officer, Crown Point Police Station, a female inspector, Sherburne Police Station. So the 5 stations in Tobago are run by female inspectors. So we see that we are reaching, we are getting there, and we are breaking ceilings. And, you know, as we work in tandem with our male officers, because we cannot leave them out.
That's
we
right.
work together to get the work done.
That's right. It's a team effort, and of course, you know, they're making the point that anything is possible, even in an environment, that traditional environment that is for men, or any other thing. Actually, you can do it once you put your mind to it. You mentioned earlier that you had goals and you remained focused. I want to put that out there again for the young people. Have your goals and remain focused, and then you can achieve anything. So what is the TTPS Tobago Division doing to commemorate International Women's Day?
Okay, so we have a 2-day event starting from the 7th of March. That's where we have a women's symposium, TTPS Leading Women, Leading Change. It's a collaborative effort with all the armed forces in the Ministry of National Security. So that symposium include the fire service, the security services, and the TTPS coming together with that symposium. We'll have a lot of inspirational leaders giving us courses, inclusive in academia, public service, broadcasting. That is giving us a haven, a safe space that we could chart our course. You know, we have a lot of stress dealing with the TTPS, so we have that area to digress and to help us define ourselves, so that we could pilot the course of leading women in the TTPS and the armed forces in Tobago.
Awesome.
Right?
So that,
on the second day, normally we showcase ourselves to marching through the streets of Scarborough, but this year will be a difference. We're going to Canaan, where we starting at 8 a.m. We have all the armed forces. We'll be marching from Best Buy supermarket to 4 roads, that's Gaspin Bay Road. And after that, we'll be having a church service at the Calvary Deliverance Tabernacle from until about midday. After that, we have kick our shoes down and we at Barcode, where we'll be socializing and having fun to end the day's activities. So that's the plan for our event for International Women's Day.
Of course, I like the part where you say kick off your shoes and have some fun, because at the end of the day, the job is stressful. So sometimes you need to de-stress a little bit, you know.
Yes, within the TTPS, we really need to de-stress because of the challenges that we have to deal on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, thank you so much for bringing that kind of updates and insight and talking about the things relative to International Women's Day. And congratulations to the TTPS for seeing the need to have these sessions to build your morale and, of course, to support you in your journey as you try to keep Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, but in this scenario, Tobago, a safe space. So congratulations. I do wish you the very best, all the success for those 2 days, and I do hope you get to kick off your boots and to enjoy a few moments there as you relax, to recharge, to get back into that position of inspector, and all the officers who are going to participate as well to remain focused on their duties. Thank you so much. We've been speaking with Kathlyn Sterling, and she's the acting inspector of the TTPS, bringing the crime update there for Tobago, and also speaking on what is happening with the TTPS for International Women's Day 2024. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have more guests in studio, and of course, we want you to stay with us, and I want to say a good Good morning to all the others who are now on the line. I see Yola and Daniel there. Good morning. Elsa Cruikshank, good morning. Ayana Walters, good morning to you guys. Waveney, Dylan Roberts, good morning, good morning, good morning. Sandra Joseph, good morning to you, and happy International Women's Day week from all of us here at Tobago Updates Television. We are going to go for a short break before we continue conversations with our guests in studio. And before we go, of course, we invite you to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be back.